Hello, I am live. This is my cereal box. Yeah, I do not buy this all the time, but we bought this one time and I saved the box. And I am going to show you something I learned from the cereal box after we talk VIPKID Teacher Shop. So, who is here today? I know Meredith contacted me and she said she was going to be able to make it this morning. Usually she's out running. Hello, Stephanie. When I do it StreamYard, I don't get the early morning, I'm first things, but Stephanie, you are first on my StreamYard. And hello, Casey. Hello, Luann. Good to see you. I have my cereal box and I will be showing you guys a cereal box trick that I learned from YouTube. I wasn't looking for it. I just happened upon it and I was like, mind blown. And I'm going to see how many of you also are surprised by this cereal box trick. I do not really eat this cereal, but my husband bought it for the kids. He went shopping. For some reason, he thinks they have to have sugar cereal, but my older kids always had non-sugar cereal. And one of the tricks that I did a long time ago was I used to buy the regular Rice Krispies and I would buy like the chocolate Rice Krispies and I would take the regular Rice Krispies with a bowl of cereal, put a few of the chocolate ones on top, and then they could get a little bit of the flavor, but it wasn't like completely chocolate Rice Krispies. So that's what when my kids were young, like I didn't give them much sugar at all. Now the younger kids now, they get sugar cereal, they get junk food way more than my older kids ever got. It's kind of funny. My older kids lived a different life. Oh, are these your favorite gluten-free? Or are you talking about Rice Krispies? Oh, they are gluten-free. That's right. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing about gluten-free. It doesn't have to be sugar-free, just gluten-free, right? Now, Meredith, can you eat the sourdough bread that is like you ferment? I made a video that I made donuts. Now, those donuts did have flour in them. But I know that some people that are gluten intolerant, they can eat like sourdough bread. No. Okay. Yeah, because we did put like regular flour in, but I was thinking some people, like my daughter, she doesn't have celiacs, but she does have problems when she eats just regular bread, but she can eat the sourdough bread and she feels much better when she eats it. So, hello, Amanda. So let's see. I saw it this morning on Facebook. My mind was blown as well. Oh, you know the cereal box trick. Oh no, don't tell anybody. I want to show you guys first. No, wheat, rye, barley, or any derivative of those. Okay. Hello, Amanda. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. You can catch up later because you want to see my cereal box trick. Yeah, so usually when we get box cereal like this, like this type of cereal will last like one day because they're all going to eat it and it's going to be gone. I grew up in a home where we had three kids, 3 years apart, and a box of cereal like this might last at least a few days. But at my house, like one day it's gone. So anyway, how were your bookings? My bookings are fine. I did have a cancellation today, so I went ahead and closed it out because I am like really tired. I've been waking up and I've been like really tired and just kind of like really kind of burnt out, which is weird. It's 2 years. I haven't really been burnt out yet, but I get up and I'm like, I really could use a day off. So today I had 5 classes. Normally I have 6. Tonight I have 3. Normally, like on a Saturday night, I'll do 4, but I've started to do just 3. And after last night, I decided I'm going to just do priority bookings on Friday and Saturday and not open anymore because I want to kind of whittle down those evening ones. And for Sunday, yeah, I got a cancellation. So for tomorrow, I only have one level 7 class. So that's good because I usually do 4 slots, one level 7 class, which will take 2, and then I have 2 girls that are regulars, and one of them canceled, and I just noticed that another one canceled, and I don't know. It might have been before the 24 hours. I don't know if I get paid for that one or not, but she just canceled today. So that's good because that means tomorrow I only have 1 hour. That'll be a good break. So I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. So what I'm doing for my weeks is I'm doing 5 or 6 per day. And then I do Friday night, 3 or 4, and usually 3. Maybe I'm going to go down to 2 or 3. And then Saturday, 2 or 3. And then Sunday, I have my one level 7, which is a regular. And I have 2 other regulars, 2 little girls that I don't want to give up. So we'll see what happens with them. If maybe they'll start booking on different times. And if they move from Sunday, I'm just going to close them out so that I can have a day off. Because since I've been doing more classes, yeah, I think I need a day off. So far, so good on the bookings for me. Every now and then I have 1 or 2 open slots, but that's okay. And have you guys gotten the TEFL yet? I know that Meredith was working on it. So Meredith says that her bookings are good. She only had 3 this morning and she's off till Tuesday. Awesome. And I was anxious. I didn't really hear a lot about your visit with Casey, but I saw the picture and that's awesome. So exciting that you guys got to meet up. Did you guys have a fight or something? Because I didn't really see much said about it other than the photo. So Stephanie got her TEFL. Yay! All right. I haven't even really looked into it yet because I'm like, I don't want to. Like, come on. I should though, because I've always certified for everything as it comes along, and I don't want to miss out on the new stuff. If people want to book for new stuff, I want to be ready for it. So, she's waiting for her feedback. Amanda, good job. Congratulations. And Meredith, she's not telling. Oh, she's not telling about Casey's visit. Hello, Gwen. Oh, because you don't want me to cry. That's probably why. I figured they just don't want me to know how much fun they had because I'm going to be jealous. But I can be a big girl. I can handle it. I'm glad you guys are happy. Okay. Awesome. So Casey had 5 classes, 6 classes booked for Monday, and now only 1 left, taking the rest of the day off. Yay, Casey. Well, you have been busy with all your interviews too, so you need some time off. And hello, Evelyn. And I wanted to make sure I'm going to try to go up in the chat if I can. Oh. I'm trying to work on this StreamYard. It's really cool, Casey. You should try it because you can get the comments right on the front. And I love it how you can put, like, when you're doing an interview, you could put the question right in front of you. So that's really cool. And you can see all the comments right here. So I'm going to put Stephanie on because she was first. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Casey. Hello, Luann. And Meredith. I want to make sure I get everybody. And Amanda said she was coming and going. And Laura. Hello, Laura. Laura H. Awesome. So if you have something you want us all to see, I can put it up here. Good morning, Casey. Hello, Evelyn. Good morning, everyone. All right. So Evelyn had 4 classes, quickly did a Good Fortune unboxing. I saw that announcement, but I didn't go back and watch the video yet, so I could come to your live while I write feedback. Awesome. I saw that you opened the Good Fortune box. I can't remember if I skipped one. I skipped a month because I don't want to really do it every month, but I really like it. So maybe I'll do like every other month. So, oh, really? This is what I'm doing right now is I have a gamma adjust on my cam twist, and so I can adjust the lighting, which is really awesome. So I just discovered this, and it works really well for my classes. So I had a hard time with the lighting, and I have big lights here. I have a light up here. I have windows, and it just wasn't getting even. So I played with it a little bit, and I was like, ta-da! Yeah, so it worked out good. So did you Yeah, so Meredith said she did the TEFL, I think. One class today was a knowledge up for opera. Interesting. Knowledge, opera, and kid was not into it. Oh no. Why did they sign up for these that they're not into? Yeah, awesome. That sounds really great. I don't like those. Okay, so yeah, I had a kid today. He was a regular of mine, and he's usually kind of like not majorly animated, but usually he's somewhat, I can get him to smile a little bit and talk and be happy. But he came onto the screen and he was like, I said, "How are you today?" And he was like, I mean, you could tell he was sad. And he's like, "I'm happy." And I was like, "Well, you look like you're really sad. What's wrong?" And I thought he might be going to tell me something, but he didn't. That's really great English. I thought he might be going to tell me something, but he didn't tell me anything. But throughout the entire class, he just said, no, I don't like it. It was all about exercising. He didn't like sports. He didn't like soccer, which normally he loves basketball. So it was kind of sad, you know. He was sad. It was really a hard class. So I got out my emojis and I tried to just play and try and be happy for him and work on the class, but it was interesting. Sometimes that happens, you know, kids, maybe they don't really want to do the class right now, but by the end, he was okay and we had a good class. So, so thank you guys for coming. So I have a 10 watchers that I can see. If you can give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. And if anybody here who's watching this video has not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate your subscription. And I also administer the VIPKID iPad users group. So if you haven't checked that out, you can go ahead and check out the iPad group, because the iPad group really helps people. If you want to use the iPad for teaching, you can. You can also use it for you know, your rewards. You can put your rewards on it. I have my iPad right here, and I have rewards on it that I will show you. You can use it like hold it up and use your rewards on it that way. You can also use digital rewards on your phone. And thank you, Cindy. Good to see you today, Cindy Pummer. Thank you for coming. Yeah. So I'm using StreamYard so I can put comments in the front, which I really love. And so you can use your iPad in many ways. You can also do feedback on it, just a lot of different ways. So on the group, I try to just make it a place so that people can go there and check out things, all things iPad. There's even a video that you can watch to see if you, thank you, Danny. Hello. You can also, there's lots of things in the file on the iPad group for people that want to just use, you know, your iPad for anything. And if you have an iPad, it's a great backup. For me, I had the iPad to start with. And so for me, I didn't go out and buy a brand new iPad and then start with VIPKID. but I use my iPad a lot. Right now, I am using my iPad. I have it hooked up to Cam Twist to my computer, and I can put it on my screen. And if you've seen any of my videos, I have a playlist for rewards. And this is a Stars to Apple reward. This is what I've been using for the Dragon Boat Festival. And hello, Kim. I'm putting everybody up. Hello, Kim. And Danny, she quit Feedback Panda. I've been doing feedback in my phone. Yes. I have also been doing feedback in my phone. And what I will do is I will open up my iPad to the feedback that other teachers have made on the VIPKID portal, and that will kind of give me some new words. Like sometimes you get stuck using the same words over and over, so I'll get new words like they did a fantastic job, or instead of saying everything's a great job, great job, great job, and I speak it to my phone, and then I go back and correct any kind of grammatical errors. And that will kind of help me at night, like when I'm really tired of looking at the screen, I can just talk to my phone. And yeah. Oh, cyclone. Interesting. I get some people surfing in on this channel when I use StreamYard. I don't know if that's a VIP kid feature or not. And I don't know if I can use the wrench feature either. So I can like put this person in a timeout. Yeah. So you can put the person in timeout, or you can block them. So if I got thousands of viewers, I need help with that. I'd have to check into how that works. But anyway, this is my Stars to Apples app, and this is a find a star. So if they guess a number, or you can just go through the numbers yourself. The thing I like about this, it's a little different than like Google Slides, where it always goes back to the original cover. Oh boy. Wow. Thank you. So this this is Zongzi. That's what my student said. And then there's also some fun pictures of the Dragon Boat Festival and the stars mixed in. And so this also gave me a chance to do conversation with the kids. And when you have it with your Cam Twist, you can like shrink the box a little bit. You can move the box around. You can put it in different places. And it's really an awesome tool. I love it. So you can make it smaller. Yeah, thank you. So this is really great. And I also wanted to show you how you can also go to the props section of this. There are different types of props. You can give them categories, and like this one is animals. And so like a cat, a chicken. And another thing that's really fun, today I had a farm scene, and I was going to use, oh, Danny, it was so cute. I had a Danny on my schedule, and it was so cute because I was thinking for sure it was a boy, and I thought, well, my Dragon Boat Festival thing will work for boys or, girls or whatever. And I'm going back to my rewards section because I want to show you something. And so it turned out that it was a girl, and her name was Danny. She was really cute. And so she was doing all about farms. So you can also do this. So you can make a farm scene, and say you want to put the cow out, you can go like this and make the cow really big to show them cow, and then you can make it smaller for the scene. So this is really cool too. And here's the duck. You can make it bigger and smaller. And then the chicken, you can make it bigger and smaller, and you could put it like on top of the barn. And you can even do more chickens. Like I could do a whole bunch of chickens all over the farm. So this is really cool. It's really different than Google Slides. And you can You can do a lot of things with it. So I really would suggest that you guys would try it. The app was created by VIPKID teacher. I think it's a husband and wife. There's also a Facebook group for the Stars to Apples people, and they also saw that I was making a lot of videos about the Stars to Apple app, and they put my videos in the file, which I was really happy about. That was cool. There's two people that kind of do a lot of the videos, and they're really good at it, and they do a great job, and they will show you how to do like cam twist. That's where I learned how to set up my iPad off to the side, which really works for me. And I would rather do that than have it all on my screen and have to keep clicking around. It works so much better that I can touch my screen on my iPad and do things with it. Now you can also, at the top of the app where I'm looking right now, you probably can't see it, but there's like a little pencil and you can flip right to the whiteboard. So you could write a word. Like the lesson that I did this morning was a vocabulary all about the animals, and they had to spell them as well. So you can spell it on your whiteboard right here. You can switch video source like this, and then you can switch it back. And that's a little bit of clicking on your computer. I think there's an easier way to do that too, which I haven't figured out yet. So that was my issue with ManyCam, was to change things. I had to click on ManyCam and therefore wasn't looking at my student as much. It was distracting. So if you have an iPad, I would totally suggest. Now I did try doing the same thing with my phone, but the phone, I haven't done enough about with the phone, but the phone wasn't lining up the same. I don't think the screen was as big, so I didn't really play with it enough, but I think you can use your phone as well. Yeah, and I've heard about the hotkeys, so that is something to look into. But I do like it off to the side, and like I'll show you, I can also click off of this and I can go to my Google Slides if I want to. But I saw that ManyCam has a lot of, like, you can put things off to the sides and over here and stuff like that. What I'm doing, you only get the square, and you can make the square bigger if you want to, or you can make it smaller, or you can switch video source. You know, you can also move it around. Like if I wanted to put it over here, I could do that as well. So you can move it around, but it's only going to be a square. And so like say I want to do the French fries. Okay, this is French fries, find a star. So then I get that set up, and I can click off of this so that you know, the student wouldn't see what I'm doing here. And so here I have my Google Slides. So I can do that also this way, because anything on my iPad is going to show up. So like I can also look at my photos, which I'm not sure what okay, so like say I went on a hike and I wanted to show them some pictures, or say I wanted to show them my donuts. I can show them the donuts. Oh, this is my granddaughter. So yeah, so I can show pictures, and if you don't want to show all your pictures, just show a few. I can click off, and then I can find the picture I want to show you, which I don't know where I would have a picture I want to show you at this moment. Okay, so here's a picture, and I want to show you. Go look for my video on all things iPad. Look for my video. I'd appreciate if you'd watch my video. I made some new videos that are up to date, and if you would watch them, I'd appreciate it, because I'd like to see them get some more view time. And so this is just the basics. Like if you just got an iPad and you want to use it for teaching, those videos are about that. So then I can click that off, and there we are. Yeah. Hello, Marianne. And Kim is very helpful. I was going to say, if you need any help, Reach out to me. That's the comment I wanted to put up. Marianne says, hi, real quick. Gonna spend some time with the hubby. That's good. Excellent. Yeah. So Kim, oh, packing for the beach. Awesome. Get that R&R. Excellent. And I just wanted to say, yeah, I have a video about the donuts. We made them, they're mini donuts with a little tiny mini donut maker. And they came out so good because we used the sourdough starter. I think I'm going to make another video about the sourdough starter to explain that, because it is really good. And if you don't want to keep feeding it, and it's like the kind of thing you put on the counter and you keep feeding it. And I had put mine in the fridge for a really long time, and I pulled it out and got it going again, and it worked great. So I wanted to make a video about that. So I am going to go to back to my rewards. This app also has props on it. So anything that you put in this file, you can use. Like, this is a category of all animals. And for the Billy Goat's Gruff, I had taken some pictures of goats. So I used like cartoons for this girl, and is this a farm animal? Is this a farm animal? Is this a farm animal? And then I came to this one. It was a real goat. And it just opens up a world of things that you can do. You can take your own pictures, you can put them in files, and then you can, show them. And I did a lot of this just on the spur of the moment, and it was really great. We've canceled our Florida trip for Disney in September. Maybe I'll get a new dining table and trampoline. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, they are opening Disney, but they have a lot of different restrictions and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I am like a skeptic on as to how bad the virus is actually, but it never hurts to, play it safe and don't go in big crowds and things like that. Yeah, I love the goat, and I used it to say goodbye, so that was really fun. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. And if you have any questions about how to do it, I had never seen how anybody was hooking up like an iPad this way to their computer. And once I figured it out, and I just love it. And it is a lot easier than holding your phone up to the screen, although you can easily do that. And if you are teaching from an iPad, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to use your phone as a reward system, and if you want to use the app, but it's still totally doable. Like, here's a crayon box. I have done this one before for like a trial class, and you could do colors, and you put the different colors in the box. So it's totally doable, and this is a great way to do vacation too. If you're teaching on your iPad and you don't want to bring a ton of props, you can bring your phone and you can use Google Slides, or you can even use Stars to Apple. And this is cool because you can use any which one you want as many times as you want. I've never been to Disney, but it doesn't interest me at all. I have been to Disney a few times, like as a kid, because my dad was really into Disney. My dad was one of those people that didn't get much when he was a kid, so he just loved giving us good stuff, and he loved to take us to Disney. He worked for a company. They went to Disney every other year. So every second year of his trip that he got for his work, we went to Disney. But I loved it way back when it first started. Those memories are pretty cool. It was simple, but I went when my older kids were just little. They were probably like 5 and 3 or something, or 5 and 4. And so it just was so overdone. I didn't like it at all. Like, the music was just so loud and so just over the top crazy. It was just too much for me. So I just really haven't cared about bringing my kids to Disney at all. I don't care. But my sister lives in Florida, and they go like all the time. So she loves it. They grew up with it. That's what they love, and that's their thing. But I would rather go camping. I'd rather go like to the beach, quiet, play in the water, do something with your family, go on a hike, do something in nature. That would be my thing. Oh, good, Marianne. You're listing your first out school. Awesome. Well, I am really discouraged. That was my next topic with out school was all about I have not even gotten my background check yet. Maybe my state, the people are all on vacation. I don't know. They say it's because of my state. So I'm like, maybe they don't want me to teach. They just use, using that as an excuse. I don't know. But I'm planning on doing the knitting first. And I saw a really good video by, oh, I don't even know. I know Casey interviewed her, but I can't remember her name. Rachel, I think. But she did a really good video. She lives on a farm. And she said that it would be good instead of doing a whole bunch of classes that are all different, that you would do classes that are related to each other so that when you're done with one class, you can say, check out my next class. Like she said, she has a chicken class and then she's going to have a, oh, wow, Gwen. Yeah, probably. My state's, they're probably mad at me because I'm trying to help out my state. It's not a bake tree. It's not a bake tree. I don't know what that means. That's weird, Cindy. I got approved the next day. Wow. I know. It really stinks. I'm really, really discouraged. I just want to put it away and forget about it. I'm like, well, it's not the Lord's will for me right now. But I wanted to teach a knitting class. That's what I want to start with. But I wanted to say, if you do things that are related to each other, and you really do a great class. Like for her, she's doing chickens. So then she said maybe she'll do a series of farm things like gardening and then, you know, sheep or goats or whatever animals she has, which I thought made sense. So if you do English classes and you want to do English classes, then you get a string of those going and then you announce your next class, which makes a lot of sense because then you get the people that are interested in that topic and you get some of them interested and then they'll look for you again for another topic. A starter class would be good for you to do. For the bread? Yeah, that was the other thing is I wanted to do bread because I have taught for home ec. I have taught a whole semester all about bread. And I have a whole file of different things that I've done. Like I start out with how to make bread from scratch. Then I teach how to make bread in the bread machine. And then I teach how to make dough in the bread machine and then make like pizza dough with that dough. And so I just have to tweak it for out school because if you make something like say cinnamon rolls, they're going to have to make their bread, and if they want to do they could just go get frozen bread dough. But there will be some prep time for them, but I have to figure out how I want to do it. If I want them to bring it or I could just show it to them, but if I show it to them then they won't have anything to do. So then I just have to figure out how I'm going to do that as a class, remote learning class. Because when I did it for home ec in school, I did have to plan only for 45 minutes. And that would be pulling everything out, doing the activity, and putting it all away within 45 minutes because the kids don't want to stay after class to clean anything. So you have to get the cleaning done before the class ends or you're cleaning it yourself. Once that bell rings, they're out. So I have figured that one out. So I know what to do and what I can get done in a class to make it a full class. Thank you guys for coming. 15 viewers is what it says here. And if you can give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, I want to do, and I can do like during the knitting, I want to share different things about like different types of yarn, different types of needles, different history about knitting and things like that. So we're not just knitting and just talking about whatever, but we have a plan of what we're going to talk about. Because honestly, I'm not really one of those that want to get into the free talk with Because I want to know what we're going to talk about, if we're going to talk. I don't mind free talk, but have a topic to talk about, not just wait for them to come up with the idea. Because I don't want to get stuck saying something that you know, that wouldn't be good to say. So I think it's good to have a plan of what you're going to talk about. So for knitting, I want to talk about some things about knitting. And some of the things that are interesting about knitting is knitting in different parts of the world is different. And so I'm glad you're doing class on things you love. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to look into doing something for the little kids because it seems like those are popular. But obviously, I don't want to copy someone else. And I want to figure out what we can do, what we can't do as far as copyright. Like I thought about reading Amelia Bedelia and explaining some of the stuff in the story. But are we allowed to read stories? I'll show you Amelia Bedelia. Some of you might not know what I'm talking about. I read Amelia Bedelia to my granddaughter, and she's really funny. She's a special lady, and she gets hired as a maid in these wealthy people's house, and they tell her what to do, and she gets things mixed up. So like they'll say, here she is cooking, but she's a really good cook. Okay, Marianne knows Amelia Delia. Okay, so she's a really good cook, so she makes the pie. So right here, she is told to change the towels. So she changes the towels. And she's told to dust the furniture. So she dusts the furniture. So I thought it might be fun to read Amelia Bedelia and talk about it, the different things, like what does it mean, dust the furniture? Why is she doing it that way? And kind of that kind of thing. And I thought that would be fun. Have you read Amelia Bedelia, Danny? Yeah, I just love her. And this is 3 books put together. And the first time my kids brought them home, I had no idea what it was, and we just laughed so much. So I bought this is a treasury of Amelia Bedelia. And of course, the first one is always the best. Yeah, draw the curtains. I like put out the lights. She puts out the lights. This one's really funny. She puts out the lights. So, yeah. Oh, she said, I didn't know those things needed to be aired out. Oh, here she's measuring the cup of rice. Yeah, so I thought of doing Amelia Bedelia and maybe some activities about that because some of the things that she does, like here she's dressing the chicken, that the kids might not even know what dressing the chicken means. So here's a picture, and the people are so upset about it. Here's her meat. She decorated it. Let's see. I trimmed the fat, just like you said. So kids might not really know what trim means because I guess like we trim the tree. Here's the dressed chicken. But at the end of each story, she cooks and they're happy because she makes a great lemon meringue pie. So, yeah. So I thought of doing that one as an activity, and that would be funny, and kids would love it, and they would laugh, and they could talk about it with each other. And I thought that would be a good one. Now, don't you guys steal my idea if I come up with it. But my thing is the copyright. Like, I don't understand what they mean about the copyright, because if you're going to read a book, then that's copyright. I don't really understand. So maybe somebody can help me with that. Like, I know you can't. I think it's on the thumbnail. You can't use pictures that are from other places. But can you read a book to the kids and show them the pictures? Oh, I asked the author for approval. Okay. Okay. So maybe they have those on. I just thought, if you're in a classroom, you're going to read. I was saying to Marianne, I said, if you're in a classroom and you read a book, like, you are getting paid as a teacher, but you're not using that book to make money. But they said that without school, you're sort of using it to make money. So, okay. So you have to ask the author for approval. Okay. So I'll look into that. Okay. And then there's also another idea for those who do out school to avoid the copyright. Some of you may not realize that you can go on Gutenberg.org, and there are a lot of books that are copyright free. You don't have to get it. They're a public domain because they're past the copyright. I have printed a lot of these books out. I'll show you what I have. I have a lot of chapter books, and so like say you were doing little kid books, you could go there and you could print out your own pages, and they're copyright free, or you could read them without any problem. So I made my own books a while back when we were homeschooling. This is McGuffey's Second Eclectic Reader. And you can go through here, and this is what they use. This is the eclectic reader that they used in public schools years and years ago. And so I was using these for my kids. They're pretty extensive, but if you use like 1 or 2 pages of it for a class, you could do a lot with it. This even has like cursive. Wow. These are treasures, actually. These are treasures. So these are copyright free. So this is a story called Childhood's Happy Hours. These are books that I got from a curriculum. It's called the Robinson Curriculum. And they also have a website, and they have a whole philosophy. The philosophy of the Robinson Curriculum is to read real books for school. Like instead of getting a curriculum, you will just get real books and just keep reading real books and keep reading and reading and reading, right? So the philosophy is to read, I think it's do math for an hour, do writing for an hour, whatever your curriculum is, you just write, maybe write a story, write a letter, practice writing for an hour in the day, and then read for 2 hours. And that's your school day. And it really works, honestly. My kids love to read, and those are the things you need to learn. And in my house, we also did an instrument and also, get outside and play, get some exercise, that kind of thing. And that could be your school. So anyway, it's okay in the school setting because that's not for-profit organization. If it enhances the lesson, it could be fair use. Yeah. So I guess ask the author for approval is the best way to go. And if you get that, you're all set, right? Okay, so that's an idea that's complicated, a little bit more complicated than I thought. So, but we'll go with it, right? Do whatever. I'm so thankful for people who are teaching like all about different things and how to do it. That's a real gift. So we don't all have to figure it all out separately, but we can come together and teach each other and learn from each other, which is awesome. Okay, so that was my out school talking. And about my step bet and my exercise plan, I missed the step bet. So what I'm planning on doing is I went to bed one night, I forgot to check my watch. And if I had checked, I would have gone ahead and just run in place inside if I could have. But I messed it up. And you know what? That was the day, the really discouraging part about it was that was the day I stacked a whole bunch of wood. So I did a lot of work that day, but it just didn't show on my step bet, which is really annoying. But I stacked a lot of wood. I used some of my VIPKID money and bought some wood, and I'll show you a picture. I'm really happy about it because it means we'll be warm this winter. And a friend of mine, my mother had some trees cut down, and she gave me some wood also. So I have quite a bit of wood here. So this wood hopefully will be great for the winter. I think it's probably about, I'm going to say 4 cords, which is pretty good. So that's how we heat up here. It's a lot of wood, and I'm happy to have it stacked up. And it's where I wanted it. My husband was always putting it in the middle of this one section, and I'm like, I want it in the back. And we have a snowblower now, so he can snowblow a path. And so, yeah, so that's what I was doing that day. So it really discouraged me. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do my own just make my own little chart and try to get 10,000 steps 6 days a week and just write it down and forget the money part. But the part I really liked was checking in with people. So I'm sure Casey will still let me check in with her because we were kind of keeping each other accountable and checking up on each other. And so we wouldn't miss it. And it's kind of fun to do that, but I think I'm going to do it on my own now and just keep up with it myself, because it is good to have a goal of how many steps to do that day. Otherwise, you can get to where you're just staying in the house. And that was really getting me outside. It was getting me moving, and I've kind of taken a few days off. So what I've been doing the last couple of days is my one day last week, my refrigerator is making a really weird noise in the morning. And by afternoon, the motor died. And this was given to us. Cover it with a tarp. Yes, I'm going to cover it, but I'm just kind of letting it air out right now because it's kind of green wood, so it needs to kind of like weather a little bit. Thank you, Marianne, for coming. So I'm going to show you my cereal box trick. Someone else said that they saw this on YouTube. I saw this video on YouTube. It said, I am 50 years old and I've just now figured out this cereal box trick. So I don't know if you guys, goals are important. A schedule time helps too for me to get my fitness in. Yeah. I mean, it's just for me, it's like I have to have something pushing me along a little bit. And my husband's been walking a lot, but he hurt his hip, so he took a couple days off because he, wanted to take it easy. And then, if he had gone with me, I would have definitely gotten the steps. And I went out and took a walk, but it just wasn't enough. Okay, so here's a cereal box. So what you're going to do is you are going to put these 2 tabs in like this. Okay, and then you're going to put the tab in that has this. Now, normally I would do like this, and I would just like make that tab go underneath this tab. And that's how I would do the box. But, it flips up. It doesn't always stay, and you end up with it open like this. But there's another way that you can do this, okay? So I'm going to put my camera down just a little bit, and you have this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to put these 2 tabs in like this, and I'm going to put this tab that has the notch in it down, and I'm going to do like this. Okay, now this one's up, and I'm going to press these 2 sides in, and I'm going to make them like folded. Okay, so I have not done it with this box yet, so it doesn't have the folds already put in. So you're going to just make it so that they're folded evenly on each side. this one has to be inside. Okay, so here you have like this, and you have these two sides in like this. Okay, and now you can pinch it a little bit like this. And now what you're going to do is you're going to put this tab is going to go inside. And you're going to have it folded like this. And there you have it. So this is the real way to do your cereal box. And how many of you have known this already? All the way through the years, you've already known this. I was like, oh my word. So there's a little lesson with this, okay? There's a little lesson. And I thought about how this is related to life, okay? So I am old. I'm not even going to tell you how old I am. But I've been using cereal boxes my entire life. But I had no idea there was a hidden way to close the box. I did not know that. And someone else had to tell me. And it was a YouTube video. Right? It was a YouTube video. Somebody took the time to make a YouTube video and they did this hack. And I know there's a lot of other hacks out there for, you know, lots of different things. My kids used to watch the crazy Russian hacker. And I learned this, even though I'm old, I didn't say, I didn't say, that's a stupid YouTube video. I'm not going to watch that. I didn't say, I'm how old and I've always been doing my box the other way and I am not going to change. No, I kept my mind open to learn something. Now, this was something that was available to me ever since I started eating cereal, but I didn't know about it. Okay, but I've been using boxes and I didn't know. It was right under my nose and I didn't know that much about it. But I learned something new, and it's something silly, something little. But isn't that an example to us that right now in our life, there could be things that are very important. Now, this isn't really that important, but that we don't know right now that we need to learn. And I'm going to relate this to what we're going through right now. You know, we are living in a really difficult time where we are all on edge. We're being told to wear masks. We're told to stay 6 feet away from each other. We are told to stay home most of the time. We can't go certain places. If we do, we're going to have to do certain protocol. I was told the state college in my state is going to open up, but they have a plan of how they're going to work everything. And one of the things they're going to do is test every single person on campus every 2 weeks. Now, I have no idea how much that's going to cost, but yeah. Oh yeah, Luann, learning and technology. But I haven't had the technology all of my life. My point is, I've had this all of my life and I didn't know. You know, sometimes you come out with some kind of new information and people think you're, you know, conspiracy theorist because they've never heard it before. But I'm telling you, there are things that we have learned recently that we need to open our eyes about and understand that these things have not been hidden. We just have been busy. We've been busy living our lives, but we aren't as busy now. So we can do some research. Now, in my state, we are allowed to be on Zoom calls with our representatives. So I've done that a couple times. We are allowed to call up our representatives, senators, talk to them, ask them questions. Many times they are home right now. We can talk to them. I did talk to a representative in my town that I've never talked to before. And they are elected officials. They are put in there by the people. They're supposed to be available for us to talk to. And now a lot of people are still home and they are available to talk to on the phone. You can also send them emails. You can ask them questions. You can tell them who you are and what you believe and what you want them to do with the next upcoming votes that come up in their house. And I want you guys to think about that and wake up. We need to, we talk about this and we talk about that, and I have never been politically involved in anything. And in my state's always been very conservative and they've taken care of us well. But things are changing and we need to be on our toes and at least make ourselves known. I mean, if you do something and it doesn't work, it's better than not trying, in my opinion. So do what you can. There are a lot of things you can do, a lot of things you can learn that you may not have even known or you may not have cared about. And now's the time that you can step up and make a difference. And so in the right way. And, in the news just this morning, I found an encouraging thing on my Facebook that I also added to my Facebook page, and it was about a guy who is 24. He is running for Congress in his state. I believe it's North Carolina. And, he's 24. And, right now we have all these activists that are out making a statement by doing things I don't really believe in. I don't think it's right what they're doing. Hello, Casey. But yet we also have some young people that are, being diligent, working hard, and still want to maintain the country that we have. And so I'm all for change, like I'm all for improvement, but I'm not all for hurting people to do it. So I feel like you don't want to wear a mask and you get sick. You don't go to the hospital. You did it to yourself by being stupid. I feel like if you don't wear or want to wear a mask and you get sick, don't go to the hospital. You do it to yourself by being stupid. Okay. Yeah, I have an opinion about the mask, and I called my representative, who happened to be a retired nurse. And it was interesting. I thought maybe she was going to tell me, yes, you have to wear the mask. There's no way I'm going to vote against wearing masks, or, nobody's voting against wearing masks. But, I thought she would think I was a crazy person. But I called her up and she agreed with everything that I believed in. And she said she does have masks and she will wear it when she goes out, but she is older and she cannot wear it like a long period of time. And that's the problem, is that I did not put this on YouTube or anything, but I watched a meeting that they had recently with it was a coronavirus meeting, and they talked and asked a lot of questions about the current whatever they did for prevention and all that stuff. And Dr. Fauci was there and other people were there, and really study up on the mask, because when I first started making masks, I understood, if I am wearing this mask and it is protecting me from someone else's germs, that means the germ came at me, stuck on my mask, and it's not coming off. So that means if I wore the mask, the germ is on it, I need to take that off carefully and stick it in a plastic bag or something like that. You can't just take it off and throw it on your car seat or hang it from your car window, because if it has coronavirus on it, you're going to be spreading it from the mask. So the mask isn't going to help you at all. If you are wearing the mask to hold your own coronavirus in, then that means you have coronavirus. And when you breathe on the mask, the coronavirus is on the inside of the mask. And when you take it off, you can't just throw it down, because you're still going to get coronavirus places. So, think about the whole thing. The process is that if you are if you are keeping, your hands clean, if you are going to the store and you're not, rubbing yourself all over people and they're not coughing on you and stuff like that. I mean, if you're in the store and somebody's coughing up a storm, then leave the store. Hello. There will be people that go into stores. The other thing I don't get is why at the beginning of this thing we had one store open. So everybody's going to shop at Walmart. So obviously Walmart is going to get coronavirus. So, but if you open a lot of stores, maybe CVS will be the only place. We don't know, but it just makes no sense. We can't keep track of the germs. We are not going to be able to contain the germs. And if somebody gets sick because of somebody else, it's not their fault. I mean, that's the way it's always been. Like if my kids got the flu, the stomach flu, like one time my daughter went to babysit up the street and she just couldn't say no to these people and they all had the stomach flu. She came home and she's like, I just have to tell you, Mom, they all had the stomach flu. And I'm like, why did you go up there? I mean, I have 10 kids. Why did you go up there and get the stuff? Now we're all going to get it. We all got the stomach flu. But did I call the CDC and tell them, they gave us the stomach flu? I mean, we thought we were going to die for at least 24 hours each. I only have 2 bathrooms. Like, it was crazy. So, it's not anybody's fault. I mean, yes, we try to be careful. You wash your hands. You take the necessary precautions to be safe. But honestly, from what I've studied is if we don't pass germs around, our immune systems will go down and we will be more likely to get the virus. So we're really better off being around people and keeping our immune system strong by allowing it to work. That is what I've studied and that is how I see it. And I'm sorry, but I do not. Now, all that said, I watched this video of the people, the CDC head, Dr. Fauci, and all those people, the judge, and the mask thing was ridiculous. If anybody had COVID in that room, they were all going to get COVID because the masks were up and down, up and down, up and down. They would have to talk, so they would pull the mask like this, up and down, up and down. Like they would have been better off without the mask and just, I don't know what the answer is, honestly, if you're in a room like that. Why doesn't Fauci mention building up? That's a good question. Why don't they say, are you guys exercising? Are you taking vitamin C? And that is what I've been saying. If they really love us, they'll be teaching us good, healthy eating. They'll be teaching us to take good vitamins, to make sure you get your exercise, and teaching us what the immune system is all about. And this is why I really don't trust this is going to be on Facebook, but there are people saying this on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere. But I just don't trust that that's what it's all about, that they're trying to keep us safe. It just doesn't make sense because they would be telling us how to build up your immune system. What we are doing right now by quarantining, like I don't think it's bad to take step back, like don't go to Disney World or don't go to majorly popular, majorly where there's a lot of people, because you don't know if somebody could be there with the virus. I mean, that's the truth. Like for my daughter, if she had said, well, they all have the stomach flu, should I go up there? I'd say no. But once she went up there and we got it, I wasn't going to go up there and get mad at the people. It's just the way it is. Germs are germs. So we build up our immune system. And long-term plan, short-term plan, wear a mask and social distance. And I think it should be a choice if you wear a mask or not. And if I don't wear a mask and I get sick, I promise you I won't be running to the hospital unless I am like dying. Because they've already said, like, I've read many places where there's really no cure. It's a virus. The only thing they can do is treat the symptoms. And I've also read that ventilators are only 80%, 20% effective. I've read that they kill 80% of the people that go on the ventilators. So it's not really a good choice. So yeah, zinc, according to Dr. Fauci, this is supposed to be a long-term plan. Okay. So, yeah, according to Dr. Fauci, they want us to wear masks. I read something recently that I can't remember the source, but it said long-term plan, like forever. And is that what you guys really want to give into? Do you really believe in it? Like, I feel like, and why is it that people, oh, I don't want to get political, but I think I've said enough. I've said enough. So I'm looking into it. I'm researching. I'm asking people if I know there's a doctor or a nurse or somebody that really believes in the mask, I'll listen, because I don't want to be dumb. I don't want to believe in what I believe in at the expense of, my life. So melatonin is interesting. Melatonin is used for people to go to sleep at night. And I appreciate that. I've tried using that because I can have a hard time like falling asleep. But in the morning I have a headache. So I'm not sure how much they would recommend or how it helps, or if you just take it if you have symptoms. I would have to look into that. Today was the first time I heard about the melatonin thing. But I did a little video I just kind of recorded the men that were wearing the masks. And according to the way they were wearing them, I don't really believe that they believe this mask is working. If they believe the mask was working, I don't believe they would be using it in such a way. And if you want the video, I can send it to you privately. If you email me, or I will send it like through my phone. I'm not going to put it on YouTube or anything because I don't want to like mock people, but I'll just say that the way they were wearing it was not proof to me that they believe in it. Let's put it that way. And they're the experts. That's what we keep hearing. They're the experts. So if they're the experts, they really do know what they're doing. And I don't think they really believe in the masks. And I think they had hand sanitizer, but nobody was wearing gloves. What I like to do with the hand sanitizer is, like, if I really believe I need the hands, hands are really important, I would put the gloves on and use the sanitizer on top of my gloves. That's what I would want to do, because I don't like that hand sanitizer on my hands. Not constantly all day long. Like, I don't want that stuff on my hands either. I'd rather just use water. All right, so I guess I've gone on and on and on long enough. So does anybody have any questions? So I hope you learned a little bit from my cereal box lesson, and maybe that will be something you'll think about. And if you have any other questions, feel free to email me. I do not know everything, but I can discuss things with you and listen to you and, see what we come up with. So thank you for watching, guys, and thank you for coming to my channel. If you're watching this after as the playback, thank you very much, and like and subscribe. And I'll see you next week at the same time, 9:15 Saturday morning. Have a great day. Bye.